Hey man, episode one under review. New show on the block. Dylan and Jay Z. Y'all probably like who these kids. Listen, we kind of Stephen A. Kendrick Perkins. These guys are getting old, right? Mad
No,
Max, Shay Shay. These guys are getting old. We need some fresh legs in here. We're not trying to just be like every other sports show. We see all these different shows on the map,
yeah,
but we're putting our own little spin on things. You know what I'm saying? And we're adding our own little humor to it. So, we hope y'all enjoy, right? Make sure that y'all like, subscribe, share us. We on all socials,
nigga,
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We get up in the ranks, we gonna stream on Twitch a little bit. All right. So feel me, hey. But listen, this episode, man, we just covering pre-draft. We know the draft is coming up in a couple days. Me as a Wizards fan, I'm real excited. I'm also real scared, feel me?
yeah,
So
same thing
look,
here. Me as a man,
episode one, Jay and Mass, man, feel me?
yeah.
So listen, it's time. But listen, Jay, I want you to take it away with the first question I have. Who should go number one? Like, if you're the Wizards, you're in that office right now.
Yeah.
Who are you taking with the number one pick?
Yeah, number one. I mean, for me, people gonna say like, it's easy, but I think it's a hard decision always. But I do think that AJ should go number one. I think he should go number one for a lot of reasons. He brings he brings like a presence with him, like he brings like a presence of what I'm saying. He's big, he's tall, he's got the skills of like a guard. You know what I'm saying, and he just brings like I said, his presence is like a winning presence. Like I think with the other players in the draft, what I'm saying, they do, what I'm saying, they're all respectfully, what I'm saying, they're all in skills, like, they're really good. But AJ, that's the guy right there. That's my number one. I'm not even a Wizards fan.
Yeah, hey, listen, man. Jay, you already know how I feel, man. Me as a Wizards fan, let's go get AJ. Listen,
Yeah.
this is who the city needs. You know what I'm saying? Darren Peterson, he's a heck of a player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. He's definitely deserving of the number one pick.
Yeah.
But this is who the city needs. Let's get somebody that's going to engage with the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
AJ, he's expressive. He got that expressive personality. And I mean, if you go to the Washington Wizards Instagram, everybody want him.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wants him. The whole city wants him. Give the city what they want. And AJ, he fills right in. He fills right in. Listen, Darren Peterson, everyone's forgetting about Trey Johnson, right? I mean, I'm like,
Yeah.
listen, this guy's the goods. He likes every shot. Don't get me wrong. Goods. You know what I'm saying? He likes every shot, but he's good.
Listen. He likes every shot. He be hitting them jumps though. That's all I
Right?
got.
He hits them. Exactly.
Mhm.
And listen, people really gotta put some respect on his name. But AJ's gonna fit right in. A lot of people, say their cons about him is, his turnovers, this and that. But I look at it as the reason why his turnovers and his shot making and his playmaking was questionable is because he had to do everything.
Oh
Being
yeah.
in this Wizards offense with Trey Young, with Trey Johnson, with Kaishan George, Bub, Anthony Davis, Alex R. All AJ is going to be asked to do, AJ, just go hoop, get buckets. It's going to come easy. They can't double you. If they double you, Trey Young's open, Trey Johnson's open, AD's open, Alex R. lob threat. I think the pick isn't as hard. I get the Darren Peterson noise, but man, AJ. And if it's not AJ, Darren Peterson, you better come out averaging 30 or I'm done. I don't got no more in me, man. I don't got no more in me, dog.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't got no more in me, man. But this really takes us into our next segment, right? I mean, Jay Z, you've seen the good draft class, you know what it is, but is this draft class generational? Right? Is
That,
this just an overhyped draft? This is just a bunch of is this recency bias? Or could this draft really be one of them ones? Let me know.
that's a question. That's a real good question. I like that question. I like that question a lot. Like I think this draft is just. I think I would say this draft is kind of generational, just because I can see these athletes that are coming up. Like I can see them making real big names in the league. Like you keep talking about, like Darren Peterson. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like he's not a good fit for the Wizards, but for the league, oh yeah, I see him just coming in the league, bringing in, around the ratings, the viewings. Like that's my type of generation. I think generational is like really based off, of course, skill, but I think generation also has an impact on, what I'm saying, like the future. And these draftees that are coming up, they got a real. I think they're gonna have a real big impact on what's to come in the NBA.
Yeah, but these guys are going to be good. We know these guys are going to be good, but this whole first round, I mean, there's multiple guys down the board where I could see him playing at an all NBA level. I could see him as an all-star. Um, I could see this. I could see who's the guy. Who's the guy? I could see multiple people that down the line we could be like, damn, he could have been the first pick. Damn, he could have been the top five pick. I see it. Feel me? But this kind of jumps in the next thing, right? Jay, listen, if you're in that room, like I said, you're the GM, you're the guy with all the coins at the table. You know what I'm saying? Are you drafting for the fit, or are you drafting off talent? Like, are you drafting off what fits? If you Are you drafting for a stud, or are you drafting off pure talent? Feel me? Let us know. Let us know something.
Like specifically, in this draft, I think like the talent kind of fits into what you need, especially in this order of the draft. Like I'm the Wizard GM, right? I know I need somebody. I got my guards. I have my forwards. I need a guy. I need a man in the middle that's really going to just bring the team together. And you go to Utah, right? They need somebody that can back up Kai. They need somebody that can back up Keontae George. You know what I'm saying? It's his two man. Somebody that can share the ball with him. Like I think this draft, I'm going based off. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the fit the fit is like these kids aren't at their max potential yet. So, what I'm saying? These draftees aren't at their max potential yet. So, everything's based off talent, I think. But I think that the talent, like, there's talent throughout all of this draft. So, I would go based off fit. Just because, like I said, in this draft, you can't go wrong. The top, the lottery picks, you can't go wrong with those. You can't go wrong with those picks. It's just about what you really need. Like all these, draftees, they have talent. You know what I'm saying? They're all very talented, but it's about will their talent fit what you need? Like, will their talent fit what you need for
Nah, and
your
I'm
team?
nah, I agree with you saying. You know what I'm saying? To kind of back your play. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like potential. In a way, it's like guessing. You're guessing how good this guy is going to be based on
Yeah,
what it is. Let's get the guy that we know is going to fit here. Let's get the guy. Listen, we don't know AJ DeBansa. This guy could come in and be a bust. He's not. Obviously he's not, but we know, we never know. This guy could come in and be a bust. Let's draft on how they are now. How do we see these guys now? How do
yeah,
they fit in the offense? What shots do they like to take? Like, let's not just draft off the talent. We know this. We know Peterson's extremely talented, but we got to look at the records. We see this guy. He's injury prone. We see he has cramps all over his body. He's a walking cramp. I don't know what's good, but he's a walking
yeah,
cramp. Tell me, like, this. Come on, you know what I'm saying? Let's draft off who's gonna be our guy, who's gonna fit based on what he did in college, not what he could be, based on what we saw out of him. You know what I'm saying? And based on his availability, availability is the best ability. And I think availability plays a big role in the fit of who you want on your team. But
yeah.
listen, right? This pretty much gets into the next point, right? Listen, who is your steal of the draft?
Oh man, listen, off everything, off everything right here. This is what I mean. Dylan. You know me. This is my guy. I think my steal of the draft. I'm not necessarily calling him a steal, but he's gonna go lower than I think he should. Michael Brown Jr. out of Louisville. You know what I'm saying? I like him. I like his game. He's about like 6'5". He's about like 6'5", 6'6", something like that. Nice little guard. He can shoot the hell. He can shoot. He can shoot the air out the ball. If I'm being honest, he can shoot the air out the ball. And you know what I'm saying, that with NBA development, he's athletic as well. He can work around the rim. But while he was at Louisville, he did face injuries. So I will say that. But I've been seeing this. I've been seeing Michael Brown since he was in high school, since he was at OT, since he was at OTE, and then seeing his game transition from the same thing at OTE to Louisville. I think he's one of those players that are easily just that can adapt to the system. It can adapt to the system that really just goes any sort of way. I think another steal in this draft will probably be, Kean Wagler out of Illinois. I think he's like I said, he's very adaptable. You know what I'm saying? He shoots the hell out the ball. He shoots the hell out the ball the same. I think those people that can really stretch the floor will be like the steals in the draft. So that's why I say Michael Brown and Kean Wagler. What you think, though?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was gonna get into. I know my steals. I know they're somewhat high on the board, but I'm looking back as these guys. My steal. I'm looking. These guys could have been number one pick, right? My first steal, like I was gonna say, Keaton Wagler. I love his approach to the game. Smooth, calm, collective. Doesn't talk too much. Doesn't say anything. And I feel like he's going under a lot of people's radar. Even though he's top 10, he's never talked about in the media. They're talking about A Cuff. And obviously the top four, the big four, obviously. But he's slept over. They're walking over this guy. Like he's not really one of them ones. Like he really wasn't in the final four. Like
Yeah,
this guy's one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna show that in his first year. I see a lot of PG just as far as his mannerisms and how he approaches the game. You know what I mean? And it's just simple. It's a simple bucket getter. He doesn't do too much. He gonna put the ball in the basket. And I'm with him. And my second steal, honestly, man, let me tell you. I know he's in that top four. I know what it is. But Caleb Wilson, I don't think people understand. Like, if Caleb Wilson develops his jumper, really gets a handle, he's better than AJ DeBanza. And I know you're like, whoa, whoa, listen, I'm
really,
coming in. I'm coming in heavy, right? I understand it.
really, really.
But if he develop, look at it, Jay. If he develops his game, if he becomes a complete player, we see the raw athleticism in
Oh
the
yeah.
defensive side of the ball.
Mhm.
The, dude,
I
the guy's special. I'm gonna
I
be honest.
like.
Let me know how you feel.
I mean,
The,
I,
the
I like the
kid
way you're
is
thinking. I
special,
like the way
man.
you're thinking. I just,
He's special, dude.
but like I said, I don't. I like the way you think of it. Like I said, with AJ DeBanza, with all these guys, they're not at their max capacity. Like AJ,
Right.
I think all these guys have room to grow. But
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
I think, yeah, I'm not mad at what you said though. I think Caleb Wilson,
Yeah,
because
dude.
I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him in the tournament. I wanted
Yeah,
to
right.
see
And
him in the
and that's
tournament.
another thing. People forget. Whoa, this guy was really killing. Like he was killing
He's
in
killing.
the tournament. Like Caleb, and I really feel like Caleb Wilson would be in that number one consideration if he didn't get hurt. And I feel
Yeah.
the same. Like I feel like if Darren Peterson didn't get hurt, he would be the clear cut. Like if Darren Peterson didn't get hurt and he played at that level like he did against BYU all season, even me as a Wizards fan, I'd say, yeah, let's go get DP, right?
Mhm.
But like I said, availability is the best ability, the best ability. But this is kind of off track. But why do they keep feeding the Thunder? I'm looking at the mock
I'm seeing
drafts.
it.
I'm
I'm telling
seeing
you. Hold on. Let me pull it.
Yaxel work.
They got the. They got. They. I mean, these mock drafts are just
I mean, I'm seeing Yaxel Linderborg.
and LeBron. What's that boy name from Alabama?
Yeah, I mean, what are we talking about, man?
LeBron.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
Yaxel Linderborg?
we need to talk about that. Yaks. I think Yaks is like. There's a
Dude,
reason why he compares. There's a reason why they call that boy the Dominican LeBron. You got to
hey,
think about it.
hey,
He 25.
Dominican Bobby, Dominican
So,
Bobby.
what?
Dude,
That boy, he 25 years old playing like he 19. He 25 years old playing like
yeah, hey,
he
Dominican Bobby,
what?
all right?
Like what? He is. I think he's one of those players that are just ageless. Like you can't really put an age on this guy.
No, you can't, and honestly, he doesn't. And but you can, but at the same time, his age, if you see it in his IQ, his approach to the game,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? How he gets his teammates involved, the leader, right? The leader. And
yeah.
I feel like you compare that, you merge that brain with the MVP of the league,
Come on.
man. And like I said, the Thunder would have won this chip, right? The
Yeah.
Thunder would have took this. If they were 100%, they would have took it. So what's gonna happen next year?
Come on,
What's
man.
gonna happen next year when they add to the team? But here's another one. As I'm looking at the mock drafts here, this is a guy I really forgot about here. My man from Duke, Mr. Evans, Isaiah Evans.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me
He's
tell you something.
I like him a lot.
Hey, I like him a lot, and I feel like he's gonna be
Yeah,
that spark plug. I feel like he's gonna be one of the seals. He's gonna be a. I'm not saying he's gonna come in and be a franchise guy. I'm not saying he's gonna come into that, but he's gonna be a six man of the year type of
see,
player.
my thing,
He's gonna come in off the bench, spark plug every
see,
game. He's gonna come in.
my thing with Isaiah Evans, I like him because he knows his role.
He knows exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
He knows his role.
I
Right,
see. He has a Clay Thompson mindset. He knows what he is. He knows
right.
his ball is
He
to shoot.
knows
Put him
he
in.
knows role on offense is to shoot the lights out. Defense, be the best defender he could be. I like the way I like what he's doing. I
Yeah,
think
and I feel like in his role when in the NBA, he's not gonna have that high volume. He's
uh,
gonna really take pride in his defense. He gets in the weight room.
I believe that too.
Problem, man.
I believe because
It's
he's
gonna
like he's one of those variants that just you know what I'm saying you can't leave him open obviously, but
can
on defense he'll be a pest. That's my type of
straight up dog.
I think
A straight up dog.
he'd dog somebody on that court. He gonna be a problem. I
All
believe
right.
he will.
All
I
right.
gotta be
Okay.
honest.
Okay. He go. All right. You go. All right. Yeah. I mean, he might dog him out.
I'm telling you, listen, he gonna I see something in this.
Nah. Yeah. He's definitely he's indeed special for sure. But let's get into the next point, right? Um, so here, this is just opinion based filming. What are you drafting a superstar scorer or all around guy that has an elite defensive skill set? Who are you picking? This doesn't mean necessarily you're in the case of the number one pick, but hey, you got two guys on the board. It's mid first round, 10 to 15, 15 is 20 pick. Who you taking? You taking that score like a score like hey, he can come off the bench. He can give me 20 on some
Yeah,
night. He can give me 30 coming off the bench on some
yeah.
nights. Or you taking that two-way role player who's like, hey, listen, I'm here to put the ball in the basket when need be, but I'm trying to shut down the other player. I'm trying to, whoa, hold on, let me,
Chill,
all right,
you
yeah,
gotta chill
yeah,
out.
listen, I'm trying to suffocate him. All right, yeah, no, that's me.
All right,
But
no, no,
I'm trying to suffocate this guy.
yeah, yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming. I see where you're coming. And honestly, like I keep saying, this draft, it's all about what you need, man. This draft is all about what you need. Like it's all about, you know what I'm saying? Does your team need the guy that's gonna suffocate their best guy, or does your team need a guy that's gonna go out there and really just like take over the game? Like, do you need somebody that's like what's it called? Yeah, that's like you want a Caleb Wilson, a guy that's gonna guard your best guy, no second thought, or do you want a what's that boy name? Yeah, sorry, Darren Peterson, a guy that's gonna go over there. He gonna take over. He gonna take over the game. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you want? So yeah, that's what I think. I think it's all just based on what your team needs. But personally, I would rather have a guy that would take over. I think in the NBA, you can find there's not a lot of guys that really take over. There's a lot of guys that will stop your best player from taking over, but there's not a lot of guys that really like take over a game. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you here. Um, Yeah, and in my case, man, like I said, it heavily depends on my team fit, but give me that dog. right? Give me that dog that's gonna hype the crowd up, that's gonna do what he gotta do. He doesn't even care. See, a lot of times a superstar score, excuse me, comes with some drama. You know, they want the ball in their hands like a wide receiver, it's like Stephon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? A little sassy broad. Feel me? You know what I'm saying? He's coming here. These receivers want all these targets, feel me? And that's what a superstar scorer gonna bring. Listen, like Darren Peterson to me, he's dimming the light of Trey Johnson. Listen, I want the ball. You know, Darren Peterson gonna come in. I want the ball. AJ, he's gonna want the ball too, but he's not taking away from others. Darren Peterson, he's not only taking the ball away, but he's taking minutes that the Wizards worked so hard to construct that guard room, right?
Yeah,
So like, what are
yeah,
we doing? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing, right? Like, come on,
yeah.
feel me?
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Feel me? So yeah, man. But listen, let's jump right into this next point. Um, and listen, we know how strong the NIL game is, but is it is it better for people to stay in college and stack that money, or hey, I'm the goods, I'm him, I'm going one and done. Let me know something, Jay.
Yeah, I think this is a common case of personal. This is personal. Yeah, are you ready? Do you mentally are you ready? Because what's it called? What's his name? Tahad Pettiford, Elliot Cadu, two real big examples of people I think should have left early. Oh, I know Tahad. I think Tahad should have left earlier. Elliot, I like what he's doing, but Tahad, I think Tahad should have left after his probably his freshman year. And I'm saying that just because you know what I'm saying, like the NBA, like money's always, you know what I'm saying, the goal. Money's always the goal. You want to get some money. But I think if your goal is to go to the NBA, like, and you're just kind of like not rotting, but shadowing your talents by staying in college longer. When you could, I think, yeah, that's right. It's a mental thing. You know, are you ready for that big stage? Are you ready for that big stage? Because I think, you know what I'm saying, it's about the money, it's about the mental. You know, because they pay good. You know what I'm saying? The NBA pay good. NIL pay you great. But mentally, are you ready to play on that big stage? Are you ready? Like it's whether or not you're ready or not. And
Hey, hey, simple as that. Simple as that.
something like that,
Like I
not ready.
said, I agree with what you said, feel me? But it's all about where, like I said, where you're at. You know, but obviously I feel like if you're a projected top 15 pick on the mock drafts, I say go, right? Regardless of what class you're in, how much money you're making, because NBA college money is good for your age, but that NBA money is something different, right? And just everything that comes with being an NBA, the endorsements, the woman, you know,
Yeah.
it's what it is. It's what it
Listen,
is. Feel me? It's
listen,
what it is. You know
it's
what
a
I'm
little bit
saying?
everything.
But I definitely do want to go back to your point. Like, it's a matter of being knowledgeable. Like, I feel like a lot of players really hurt their career by, you know, staying in college. Like, staying in college. That's why I say top 15 go, because when you stay, it actually hurts you. It hurts more than it helps you, because the older you get, your draft stock's gonna go down. Like Yax, obviously Yax is a unicorn, so he's gonna be at the top of the boards regardless, right? But it's gonna hurt you. You stay in there like Tahad Pettiford. I don't understand why he didn't went top 20, top 15 pick at the time, killing freshman
Mm.
coming in. He was on boards. Tahad is nowhere to be found. We don't know where he is. He's invisible. He's a fairy tale, right? JC,
Yeah.
you know what it is? He's a ghost
I
story.
he's a folktale. I mean,
He's he's,
he's gone
he's
lost.
he's
He's
a
gone.
folktale. He's literally a folktale. We have no clue
He,
who
he's a
is,
he's
right?
a he's a what could have been. I
He's
mean,
a what could have been. You know, Todd, now this guy's under the board. And as a senior, like if he doesn't really hoop this year, second round pick, not making no money, and your NBA career is just gonna become another one of those shifty guards that does nothing. You know, Rob Dillingham really hurt me, man, because
Rob
he was
Dillingham.
special, man. Rob Dillingham, you know. I'm happy for Sharif Cooper though. He revived his career back with the Wizards, and
Yeah, Rob.
yeah, man, he's just gonna become another one of those shifty guards that that don't do nothing. But This most definitely ties into our next point,
Think,
and that is
think I know where we're going.
which position means more? A guard being a point guard, like a point guard, or is it that wing? Is it that AJ? Is it that Darius A cup, or is it that AJ? Let me know something, Jay. Talk to me.
And before I would have gone point guard. Captain of the ship. We need somebody that's
It's
gonna drive
captain
the bus.
leadership.
We need somebody that's gonna
Captain
drive the bus.
leadership.
We need somebody that's gonna drive the bus. But now in this day and age, what I'm saying, I think the wing guy, he can of course stay at the wing, but he can drive the bus too.
Mitch, you can.
You see these guys out there. That man Maluka's 6'8". He's 6'8" driving the bus. The point guard position is positionless. I think the point guard position is positionless. I don't think there is no sort of thing as a set point guard, because when you
I
think of
mean,
set point guard, you think of a little guy, what I'm saying, dishing the rock. But now in this day and age, you think of a point guard, you think of a man that's gonna do it all,
hey,
and that's
hey,
what AJ is.
hey, hey,
That's
that's
what
what.
AJ is right there.
And that's what I was about to say. Like nowadays, especially with the Victor Wembanyama's and this and that, the Kevin Durant's. Hey, the game is getting taller. Me being a short guy, it hurts, but
Yeah,
it's real. The
yeah,
game's getting taller. Every year we're seeing Dylan Harper. Like the standard height for a point guard now is 6'5". Jalen Brunson is just a different animal. He's different. That's a different dude.
unicorn.
But
He's a
but
unicorn.
but for now, the game is changing. We're seeing Victor Wembanyama. You watch Spurs games, 20% of the time you'll see Victor Wembanyama bringing the ball up the court.
Yeah,
You
Giannis.
will see
Giannis brings
Victor
the ball
Wembanyama.
to the foot.
Giannis, right? Giannis is the running the play. Giannis is the one in the playbook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Cooper
saying?
Flag.
Lamelo,
Cooper Flag.
Lamelo Ball, 6 foot. Listen, when you saw somebody that was 6'7" 20 years ago, you're thinking, even still now, you're thinking small forward, maybe a shooting guard. Lamelo Ball is a point guard. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And he's moving like Brunson. He's dribbling, moving like Brunson. So, hey, and that's further why I say get AJ to pass on the Wizards. Get a guy that can do it all. AJ can run the one. If you develop him and turn him into that, he can run the one. He was running the one at BYU. He was just scoring. He was a scoring guard.
Yeah. 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 What I'm saying. I think like players can always, they can always regain shooting ability. Like, I can't think of an example off the top of my head right now, but there are definitely players that I know that didn't have the strongest shooting ability, but throughout time, and hard work, they can always come back. Injury history, that's something that, what I'm saying, that never brings the player back the same. You see examples like, you know, let's say like ACL players have had Achilles tears, ACL tears. They come back. They do come back either. They come back strong, but there's always that little risk factor. There's always that thing, that question mark is, can they go back to what they're doing at a better percentage, at the same. What I'm saying? We saw Clay Thompson tore his ACL. Derrick Rose, biggest, what I'm saying, biggest like example. Like, after he had the probably one of the worst ACL tears, really,
Yeah,
I think that really tore down
yeah,
what he could accomplish now, and I think that that's just the biggest factor.
yeah. And I feel like also this is pretty straightforward. Like shooting ability can be developed,
Yeah,
right? Injury history, like you said, like and the big question with Darren Peterson, his history, his availability, and availability is the best ability. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So if you can't be on the court, if you can't play to your 100% of what you're capable of doing, it's not even a question, and that's why I feel like the AJ and Darren Peterson isn't a question. AJ has no type of flaws, history. Darren Peterson is a question mark. Take the guy
yeah,
without the question mark, and that fits the team. Like I
yeah.
said, shooting ability. Over time, that can come. LeBron came into the league not as good of a shooter.
Couldn't shoot.
Over time, he worked on it, developed it. Now he's one of the best shooters in the game. He's hit some of the most threes. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So this is something that can be developed. This is a pretty straightforward answer.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm with you.
but let's get right. Let's get into the next point. Like when we're looking at top picks, these top lottery picks, do these guys actually change franchises or are they more centered around team development? Let me know some, Jay.
I think that this is just a question of. I think this is more of a question of time. Like I think that I can't really like most players. No, let me switch. I was about to say, players can change franchises, but I think I think that top picks do change franchises. Like of course LeBron changed the whole Cleveland franchise. Player like Wemby, he changed he flipped the switch in San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? That's on the upcoming. I think that top picks really do help franchise because when you find a talent that is worthy of that number one pick, that's when the whole for everything just code goes up, especially if he's not especially if he's not a bust. That's why I believe that AJ DeBanza, if the Wizards do fake that, I think he's gonna change the franchise. I think he's gonna, I think he's gonna bring back what DC was missing when they had John Wall. I think he's gonna fill the gap that Bradley Bill, the gap that he made, that hole that he made in those Wizards' hearts. I think AJ is gonna he's gonna really fill it back up, just because of what I'm saying, who AJ is.
Yeah, but in my opinion, um I definitely feel like it's a lot on circumstances, but I feel like if you're drafting in that top 3, top 4 this year, you're looking for a guy that's going to change the franchise. I mean, I'm not looking for necessarily team development. I mean, obviously, unless you get lucky, like for example, the Mavs were just unfortunate that Kyrie was hurt. But if the Kyrie was playing this year, Mavs would have been a problem. And we saw it with the Spurs. The Spurs, it was more so team development. They got their guy that changed the franchise, being Victor Wembanyama. But the team development comes in when they get guys Stephon Castle at I believe number 4, number 5
Yeah,
possibly,
something like
and
that.
yeah, and then they get Dylan Harper at 2 behind Cooper Flag. That's what it is. That's where it comes in. But to build that, you have to get that franchise changing guy. And I feel like everyone in this top 4, that's what they're looking for. The Wizards, with hopefully we pray AJ, right? AJ, they're looking for this guy. Yes, they have Trey Young, Anthony Davis, but Trey Young and Anthony Davis are not number one options on a championship team, right? You agree with that? You feel
I do.
you feel
I
yeah.
definitely agree. Yeah.
I feel like AJ he's a number one guy on a championship team. We saw what he did. I mean, he did everything. He against Texas, it was just him.
It was him.
It
It was
was
him.
let me tell you something.
I mean, let me
It
tell
was
you something.
only
It was
him.
AJ. It was AJ versus all. It was AJ
It was
versus
AJ
Texas.
against Texas. It was only him. And I feel like with the guidance of Trey Young with AD, this is what the Wizards are drafting for. But like I said, even on the other side, Darren Peterson, whoever he goes to, whether it's Washington, Utah, Memphis, they're looking for him to come in and change the game. Like these top picks are meant to influence cities. They're meant to sell tickets. That's changing the franchise. Not only bringing wins, selling tickets. If AJ comes to the Wizards, I promise you the Wizards games won't be dead anymore. They're
Yeah,
gonna want to come see him, just like Mavs. Cooper Flag, it brings people together.
yeah,
Spurs win, it brings people together.
yeah. I
Caleb
really,
Wilson. Caleb Wilson's going to change Chicago. That dead arena, they're trying to bring a Michael Jordan. I'm not saying that he's going to become Michael Jordan, but that's what they're looking for. Team development, like I said, if a good team luckily wins the lottery, in that case, okay. But in this case, listen, I need a guy. I need a guy that's going to take it over. That's
yeah,
going to control it. Like this
yeah,
guy, I'm giving this guy the keys to the city, like the mayor of New York did to Brunson. I'm giving this guy the keys to the city.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm telling you, this
No,
guy's
no, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you
he's
100.
getting the keys to the city without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt, man. You got anything to add though?
I, nah, I'm with you. I think
Yeah,
what I'm saying. These top picks, they need to. I think if you're a top pick, you know what I'm saying. Of course, team development is gonna follow a top pick, But if you're really a top pick, you need to change the way that you need to change the way that people see the team that you're going for. And I think that with this draft class, these top four, that's what they can do. That's what they can do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think all of them can, man. But you know, next thing, this really gets into it. We know Cameron Boozer.
Wait,
He was a stud at
pause,
Duke.
pause,
We saw what he did.
real quick. All right, Aaron.
Yeah. Listen, when it comes to Cameron Boozer, I'm a Duke fan. So obviously, this is my guy. This is my guy. Big Booze, feel me?
Yeah,
But listen, it's up in the air for me. Um, I definitely think I can definitely see in my case, if Cameron Boozer was taller, I'd say, yeah, I can. This guy's good. I mean, we see Jokic. This guy doesn't have all the antics, the flash. He's a flashy passer, but as far as the dribbling and the mannerisms, he doesn't have that flash, right? But
yeah,
when we're looking at, you know, um, when we're looking at Boozer, he's shorter than AJ. He's shorter than AJ, shorter than Caleb Wilson. And when we look at those two, Jay, you see Huss, dribble, dribble, pull, hang, pull. Feel me? You see all that. Hang, pull. Feel me? So, it's like, is this guy? I just feel like in college it showed. I mean, Caleb Wilson, the Duke UNC game, I mean, it hurt my heart, that buzzer beater, but
yeah.
that Duke UNC game, man. I
That
mean,
was that
Caleb
really,
Wilson, the athleticism and the length
that
showed.
really exposed it. Exposed it.
And it's like we're looking at, okay, right? Cameron Boozer, we look at who he's going to be guarded by. Giannis, LeBron, if he's still here, Bam.
Right,
Like Wemby, in some cases, might switch on to him.
right,
In those cases, is he effective? Right? You know what I'm saying? Because he
right.
doesn't have that quickness. Yes, he's a great shoe, one of the best shoes in the draft, but he's lacking that quickness. And I think at 6'9" and 6'8", whatever he is now, 6'9", 6'8", at this day and age, when you're looking at someone 6'8", you're thinking they can handle the ball and do it all. And I think Boozer's really kind of lacking that athleticism.
Yeah,
But however, I think his IQ makes up for
I did think so as
it.
well.
And for that point, in my opinion, Cameron Boozer's going to be a bang in the NBA. What are you
Yeah,
thinking, Jay?
I think he's gonna be a bang as well, but I don't think we're gonna see it for a while. I think it's gonna take time because the way that Cameron Boozer plays, he plays he plays smart, so he doesn't necessarily use his IQ, or sorry, his strength. But being an undersized forward, you need to kind of use what you have, right? And what I'm saying, we see that with other undersized forwards that have been successful in what I'm saying teams like Draymond Green. He's an undersized forward, but you see that goes into what I'm about to say. I think that he's going to be a bang, but I don't think he's going to be a. I don't think that he's going to. I don't think it's going to be a bang in like the way that you really like think. Like I know people see Cameron Boozer as like this guy that's going to really lead the ship, or not saying be like an option, a heavy option. But I think he's just going to be. I think he's going to really dominate in like other ways. Like I can't really think of him now, but I don't see him being a number. I don't see him being a number one guy, and that's no hate to his game. I just think that he's gonna help. He's gonna help a championship. He's gonna help a championship team in other ways than he did like when he was at Duke. Duke, he was the guy. Get it to him on that free throw line, and just or wherever he is actually, and just let him do what he has to do. But it's gonna be kind of different. Just based off the way that he plays.
Right,
I
right.
think that he just needs to. It's going to take time, but he will be a bang in the NBA.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree with that point. You kind of going a bit deeper into it. I feel like, yeah, like this guy, like I said, I don't see him as a number one. Like I don't see Boozer as like a Finals MVP.
Yeah,
but I definitely see him as, yeah, if they didn't have him, they wouldn't have won. I
Yeah,
see him being like that. Like, yeah, if they don't have, like, for example, let's just say he goes to the Jazz or whatever. Like,
yeah,
hey, listen, whoever, Laurie Markkinen, whoever, he's the Finals MVP. You know, Keontae George, he's the Finals MVP. But listen, if they don't have Boozer with them, they're not making that happen. You know what I'm saying? I think he is on a sandwich. He's a piece of that bread. He might not be the meat. Pause. Right? Yeah, a little suspect there. But listen,
yeah.
he might not be the meat. But listen, he's the bread that brings it together. He's a piece of the
Yeah,
bread that definitely brings it together
I'm with you.
and brings success.
I'm with you. I love that analogy, man. I think, yeah, he's gonna be that guy. He's gonna be the Rock. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be the Rock. I'm with you.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, yeah. He's that guy, man. I definitely think he's that guy.
Yeah,
But it's just a matter of he's got to get drafted to the right place. And that's the thing. And I
yeah.
feel like everyone doesn't want to go to Utah.
I think
Um.
Cameron. I think Cameron. Honestly, looking at this draft right here, he needs a place where he's gonna have. He needs a place where he needs to be surrounded. You know what I'm saying? He needs to
mm,
be surrounded
mm.
upon. Kind of like what's it called? Like Derek. No, not Derek. I'm sorry. Yeah, like Kingston Flemings. People like that kind of need a supporting cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they
So, and I mean that kind of ties into another question here. Like, out of the top four, right? We know that Wizards are locked up there with AJ or DP, but you're in the top four. Who you think? What do you think's the best fit for Boozer?
in the top four. Let me take a quick look at it on my computer. I think where they have him at now in Memphis,
Mm,
if John Morant does end up staying,
yeah.
I think that definitely helps him. I think like I said, he needs kind of like a cast to be great. He's not like Caleb Wilson or Darren Peterson. I think him and AJ are guys that AJ has a higher ceiling when he has other greats around him.
Hmm.
Cameron Boozer also has a higher ceiling when he has great people around him, but not. I think isn't his ceiling isn't the ceiling of AJ. AJ's ceiling is being AJ's ceiling is being the patty inside of the like you said. AJ's ceiling is being the patty inside of the hamburger. Right? Think. Just chill.
Yeah,
But
no, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Cameron's ceiling. I think Cameron Boozer's ceiling is like you said, man. Me and that piece of bread.
Hey, if he not there with him, it can't form,
Yeah.
right? He got to be the one that spread it open.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah,
You're stuck. Wait. Hold on. Hold on.
no, that's my bad, right? That's my bad.
That's
But he's got to be the one to spread it open. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? He's okay. Yeah, moving on, man. On the Wizards' next steps, if they don't go with Devontae and they go in the direction of Darren Peterson, we know that Trey Young is opting out. He's likely going to re-sign. But what are your next steps? How are you going to form that offense to fit Peterson? And we know he's a high volume scorer. He has a high motor.
All right. Yeah.
What are you going to do? What are your plans if you're in that driver's seat?
I'd say to put him in that position that's gonna make him be a star. Get him, get him a guy like get him a guy like at Kansas he had most of Darren Peterson. His assists came from those those corner threat type of guys. Also, his big man. I think he's very he's very open to seeing, like his court vision is very open to, what I'm saying, seeing his forwards, his bigs, his centers. I think that the next step is to, what I'm saying, have him work with, like AD. That's a great option. If you don't want to, if you don't want to get into like, what's it called, free agency, work, you want to work with, you got, Keyshawn George and Anthony Davis. They're forwards like that, like those types of forwards that he can kind of work his way around. Because Darren Peterson, we see him. He's very playmaking wise at least. He's very he's looking towards his bigs, right? And offensively when he's not on the ball, he kind of like he kind of like uses he kind of uses he uses his shooters in like a way that will get them involved, that will get him involved. I think, yeah, like I said, have him work with the team all around. Really get him in a position where you know he's like he's the chess master.
Yeah,
Really
no, no, no. I'm with you. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, my main thing, if I'm the Wizards, right? If I make the dumb choice of passing on AJ, that's which would suck. But yeah, if I make the dumb choice, pass up AJ, and going out and get Darren Peterson, let's make him the fit. Let's kind of clear some of the guard depth. We have so much guard depth, which is why I don't even understand why this is such a big question in the media. But we have so much guard depth, right? Let's clear this thing up. You know what I'm saying? Let's get rid of some of these guys so that we can get the wings and the force to support Peterson, put him around and put him at the point guard position. Don't re-sign Trey Young. Let Peterson develop into the point guard that we
yeah,
need him to be. We can keep Trey Johnson. So this allows Trey Johnson. Let him do that. Let him turn into a playmaker then. If he says he wants to be the point guard, this and that, let him be that. Let him be that. Put him in that role, put him in that position. And build around him. Don't just draft him. Build around him because if we draft him over AJ, the team definitely needs to be reconstructed. I don't get why people are saying he's going to fit right in because he's not. He's going to fit in, but he's going to take away from other people. Like I said, Trey Johnson, Bub, the guys that have been working their tails off behind the scenes to get in the rotation to do this, achieve these goals, be all stars. He's going to take away from them.
yeah.
So, hey, the Wizards, hopefully they don't. But yeah, hey man, anything to add, dog?
Last thing to add. Last thing I'm gonna add, man. Listen, Darius Acuff. I'm scared. I'm scared of him.
Hey, hey, no, he is a banger bust. I'm
Yeah, I
talking
think.
Jalen. Either I'm
Yeah.
talking Jalen Brunson or Rob
Bones
Dillingham.
Highland. Bones Highland.
Yeah, yeah, Bones. But nah, Bones Howard gonna keep making a little comeback though. He
He's
make,
making a comeback though, but I think that
but yeah,
I think they got to
either
put him in a
either
position where he kind of.
Jalen Brunson or a shifty guard that's just in the G League.
Yeah. Right.
But like I said, he's got to be like
The guy.
Brooklyn's the spot because number one, the Nets need help.
They need anything they can get.
They need everything. It's a purgatory. It's a purgatory. It's a
It's
purgatory.
like they people. If I'm from Brooklyn, I'm scared to say I'm a Nets fan. I don't.
Dude,
I'm
Brooklyn
not even a Nets fan.
is purgatory. That that is war over there. Like you can't even find a Nets fan. Nets fans have gone into hiding.
Right.
They've gone into hiding. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
But what I think it's gonna do is he's gonna bring that spark back. Nets fans, they have had nothing to watch. I can't name one player on the Nets besides Michael Porter Jr.
You
I,
you, you got
I
me beat.
can't.
You got me
Who does
beat.
he have? Last year, I remember they went 0 for 3 in the first round, or 0 for 4. It was something crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
They're
I
no
I, I
good.
know. I know where you're at.
They're not good. They're not good. Listen, the Nets need to if Darius Acuff can fall to the Nets, put the ball in his hands, make him the savior.
Yeah.
Everything runs through Darius Acuff.
Right.
Everything.
Right. I'm with
Everything.
you. Right.
And I think that's gonna turn him into the guy he needs to be.
Yeah. I had nothing else. I'm ready for the draft. During probably a day after draft day, you will see an episode coming out for us. This one's gonna come out.
Yeah, this one will be out. This one will be out Saturday night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
little slight little debut, but man, listen, this is Interview with Dylan and Jay Z. Get used to seeing us. We're here to stay,
Yes.
man.
Hey, listen, Stephen A, we here. We
We're
we,
here.
we here.
Hey, Stephen A, we're good.
Hey, we're good. We're here.
Dylan and Jay Z are here.
Dylan and Jay Z are here.
We're good.
Right, we're good.
Yeah, listen, invest in us, man. Stay along with us on the journey. This is just our first one. Production's gonna get way better. Eric, get out. Like this
Sorry.
is what I'm talking about. No,
Yeah,
no, we're good. We're good. Leave this in. This is what I'm talking about.
yeah.
But
Listen,
yeah, listen,
we're on the come up. All right.
we're on the come up. Production's only gonna get better. We're gonna invest, do what we need to do, make the best quality. We're gonna follow in First Six footsteps. Everything they do, we're gonna try and do it and add our
Sure.
own spin onto it. So yeah, man, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. And Jay Z's brother's just losing his mind, but
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
thank you for tuning in for episode 1, and we'll be back next week to talk about the Wizards, hopefully picking AJ to Bassett. And we're gonna see y'all,
Hey,
man.
Mavs, Nana Met.